Welcome back, you Deku Tree tutorial level starting video game players. NieR Automata is back on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries in Part 7. We just took out a major boss. We are walking away from the ruins of said boss, and we are approaching in the next arc on our way to some main quest goodness and maybe another boss.
Complete with a desert bandit robots.
That's a lot of sevens. I mean, we must have fired at least like 25 sevens at that dude. Now I'm gonna show us going back through the desert on foot because we also got some story material, and I have to establish that I'm using the map.
Do you copy?
I read you, 9S. Go ahead.
Operator, we just encountered a pair of humanoid machines. We weren't able to capture them, but I have combat data ready for upload.
Understood. Ready to receive.
Hopefully you can get something out of it.
Now, was that a special cinematic finish for 2B there?
2B has a number of cinematic finishes, which also depends on which weapon you're holding. Some of the more cinematic ones occurs when you get your opponent into a stagger state. You can, yep, so that was for critical hit damage. Boom.
Okay.
And while we are
so
picking
why
up
is
copper
this
ore,
the soundtrack for most desert environments that we go into in video games?
that is a good question. Well, let's keep in mind that all of these things, the music, the orchestration, the environment in which the said orchestration appears, was all developed by a team of people who probably all share different backgrounds and cultural origins. So what we have here is the agreement of said party and what we see right here. Otherwise, you could very easily say that it is a trite cliche to have singing person loudly while in the desert is full of echoey openness.
Welcome back. Thanks for
Like Aladdin.
To be perfectly honest, I do think
1994.
It's a huge help.
I do think it's still it's still definitely reasonable to call it cliche because even Prince of Egypt does that, and that's not even a video game.
What can I help you with?
Prince of Egypt would have made an amazing video game, probably looking something like The Scorpion King on PS2.
Let's see, Prince of Egypt.
Ooh, avoid
Wasn't Prince of Egypt like
stagger.
2001?
Prince of Egypt was you know what? I think it was 2001 because I think the Road to El Dorado was like right before that one came out. Can only work on one project at a time.
Oh, you didn't buy the XP gauge. Damn.
Vendor. Honestly, if it was up to me, I would not use an HP gauge. I would not use an enemy data gauge. I would not use any gauge that just gives me more information on the screen. As long as you understand that the enemy has a level, the enemy has an HP bar, you are always dealing more than just one damage. And the damage you deal is proportional to the difference of the levels, which may or may not be known at any given time. And you can use those chips that give you that information and make your character just more powerful in combat.
About our next move.
Thing is, I actually would disagree with the needing of the damage numbers themselves as long as I have an HP bar. If I have my enemy's HP bar and it is noticeably going down, then I know that I'm at least currently able to take down this enemy.
And we just jump cut going back to the resistance camp because now I'm going to start jump cutting. Yay.
Yay!
And I do agree that the HP bar is the single most useful piece of information you can have. So you could tell just by having a clock nearby how much damage you're dealing over time, how long the fight is going to take, and what chance you really have if you're looking at a one-hit kill situation.
Yeah. It's why the gauge glasses in Bloodstained Ritual of the Night are one of my favorite accessories. They don't give you all that good of stats, but they let you know how much HP is left over on the enemy after you've hit it, and that is really, really nice on bosses.
Oh yeah, especially, and I was going to say too, like on the subject of turnstile games, that Paper Mario also, I believe Paper Mario 1 and 2, I got more storage capacity for my plug-in chips. that you can wear badges in each of the first 2 Paper Mario games in order to reveal enemy health bars. Usually the most important, if you don't know and you're not keeping track, to know if you have a 1-turn advantage or if you have a 1-turn disadvantage. Like, if you can kill your opponent before he kills you. Oh, yes.
Oh, you're not going to get Pergola Plus?
I
I mean, it's a very weak chip, certainly, but...
All right, and we had just...
Okay, you did get it.
Fusion.
Like critical chance plus still only really starts to matter once you get above 5%. 10% is a bit much, but you know it doesn't really seem to be all that worthwhile until it's at about somewhere between 6 and 10%.
Right, and of course you want these percentages to be high as possible. I wanted to say as an aside on the Fusion menu system that Fusion is different than buying chips or getting chips from the environment. You are actually taking 2 chips, destroying one of them, but in the process creating a chip that is more powerful than the 2 combined. Fusion will allow you to get more powerful chips at lower cost. Whenever you see that little diamond, the black diamond symbol on the name of the chip itself, it tells you that it is the superlative cost, that you will not find a chip that costs lower to equip. You want to save these not only for your main game progress, but also having lots of recipe ingredients to make the most powerful chips you can later. Yeah, and there's some diamond symbol ones.
You got rid of your move up. Damn.
Move up, move down, move all around. I mean, 2B moves pretty fast. It's like if before you get fast travel, for instance. Do you love the plug-in chip system, Mr. Gerdat?
I don't know. The UI on it is not very friendly.
Yeah, what do you find not user-friendly about it?
Specifically, that the color scheme on it is a bit taxing to look at for long periods of time, and I find that the information that it's giving you is a bit obtuse.
Materials required to improve the network environment.
Obtuse.
We're going to need a rusty bolt, a small gear, and a spring.
So see, Gerda, if we get duct tape, a yardstick, and a piece of string, we can make our user interface even more color-friendly. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, you actually can change the colors on the menu.
Good luck.
Target location data obtained. Marking on map.
You know, these are very much just other mechanical pieces of scrap that we can, salvage from this camp. So why don't we just do that?
Yeah, and I can do it again, and again, and again, and again.
She used her telepathy to open a door.
Maybe it was remote control locked. Thank you, Google.
She doesn't have a controller in her hands.
Well, I mean, she's an android. Maybe she sent an electronic impulse.
It's an in-rune.
Yay. So not only do you have a chance to save the game outside, you have a chance to save the game right here, although I think you do actually have to rest in order to restore your health. While Ninus just awkwardly stands there.
Well, yeah, we don't need to rest. We're androids.
No, we do. Well, I mean, 2B says, no, we don't need to rest, but 9S says, but I feel so sleepy.
Small G-Luck Plus.
G-Luck Plus improves the item drop rate for a short period of time.
Yeah. I would actually prefer a chipset for that, to be perfectly honest.
And there are luck type plug-in chips you could use, yes. I think in the meanwhile, I think you have to get to the next realm until that vendor is unlocked. The one after this boss coming up. Not this part, but like 2 parts from now.
Operator to 9S.
This is 9S. Go ahead.
I have an incoming message for 2B and 9S from the commander. Initiating playback.
This makes me feel like fishing.
2B, 9S. We've lost contact with several Yorha units that were on their way to the surface.
Uh-oh.
Their black boxes are online, so we presume they're still alive. We've tracked the location of their signals, so I need all Yorha units on the surface to head over and investigate.
Doesn't that mean
End
we'll end up
transmission.
encountering
I
other
heard
units?
something about that back at the resistance camp.
Target location confirmed. I'm worried about the other androids. We should probably check this out as soon as possible.
But we
Right.
have other things to do, Mr. 9S. We gotta,
I got
help boost the network signals.
I got things.
We're not
to
gonna
do.
be able to play Frantic 3 if we don't boost our Wi-Fi capabilities.
Sugar time, how I gotta bring my biggest sword. Gotta ignore the main quest and fall down into a parachute. No, don't auto grab. Ow. Beginners 101. You always have a parachute. Use it. All you have to do is
Unless
press
you're
and hold the
playing
A
WoW,
button.
in which case you have to earn your parachute.
I'm sorry, the
Yeah.
X button if you're playing on PS4.
More copper ore.
So what else is going on in the world of Mr. Gerdad while we explore this bandit outskirts of the facility?
Speaking of things that are going on in the world of Gerdad, how is the autosave system in this game?
What autosave system?
Oh, right. You mentioned that earlier. Never mind.
And that's, if you'd like more details, we have a 41-minute tutorial that goes over how the save system in this game works.
Rusted clumps.
Yes, autosave, I agree, is a wonderful thing, especially in a Dark Souls type game. Not quite Dark Souls like this, although this is kind of Dark Souls without actually being Dark Souls.
No, this is way more character action than it is Dark Souls.
I mean, you do die, and dying sucks in this game. Although I wonder what if Square Enix, like, no, it wouldn't be Square... Actually, no, it would be Square Enix. They would publish the next From Software game.
It would?
Maybe.
I don't think so. Mostly because Square Enix... I don't think they've got anything to do with Elden Ring.
Damn it.
So we have just successfully salvaged another sword that we can use. The the Virtuous Treaty.
Yes, it's bigger.
Oh, it's effectively just the Virtuous Contract. Okay.
But much bigger. Wow, that's a lot of recovery items.
Operator 60 to 2B.
Wait a second.
Looks like you found
What
all
the hell is going
necessary parts to
Is that
improve our
for...
network environment.
Where are all these items coming from?
You can conclude your mission by bringing everything over to
I
an enemy.
think that was your corpse.
All right, because I never died. Cool. How convenient that the Goliath jettisoned my body to the edge of the map where I could collect it for the purpose of exploiting the chip system.
From the bunker.
Right, about that network structure. We're still about 3 to 4 hours from actually getting fast travel, so let the character say what's going on. That, like, oh yeah, we're working on it. You know, we're doing our best to make things as cool as possible.
Operator 60. Material handover
Be about
complete.
2 weeks.
Copy that. Good work.
I see the commander's as much of a slave driver as ever. Looks like she was built to be as efficient and hard-assed as possible.
Oh, she's not so bad.
Are you serious?
Totally serious. The commander actually lets a lot of things slide on the side.
Yeah, like
did you
your
know
lip.
She leaves piles of clothes strewn
Mister.
everywhere. The cleaning team is so sick of it. Oh, and she never performs regular maintenance on herself. A lot of the hard-ass nature you mention is just for show.
How do you know all this?
I can't tell you that.
They're
Operator
dating.
60 out.
And in the next episode,
was all
we'll
that
get yet
about?
even more humanoid interactions between our quote-unquote androids.
Yes, kind of makes the humans want to do more human stuff.